Hey guys, so a few months ago, I asked you to ask me anything, anything-ish, because let's not go into anything. There's some things that I'm still not there, guys, but I'll get there. And you sent such profound, amazing questions, and I want to try and get through a few of them now. You found your purpose-ish in period health. How does one get there, finding their purpose? I found that when there's something that nags at you, then there's something that you feel restless about resolving, and that restlessness doesn't go away, it means that there's a purpose in you that's beginning to come out. So whether it's menstrual health in my case, whether it's even things on integrating media and advocacy, for somebody else it could be something lifestyle related, it could be in cooking, it could be sports, it could be in finances, it could be mentoring. I truly believe, and obviously this is not the first time you'll hear this, but every single person has a gift, and every single person has a purpose. It may take you a while to get there. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. Your purpose sometimes meets you at the place where you're at peace enough to kind of impact and implement your purpose. So ask yourself, what is that fire in your belly that never goes away? What are the low-hanging fruits for you to begin to explore that fire in your belly? And then how do you continue to sustain it? And remember, purpose is bigger than you. The moment you put yourself before it, you will burn out, you'll quit, because your purpose can also really take from you. I hope I've answered you. Somebody just asked me, how are you? First of all, thank you. I'm pretty good, and I haven't said that in a very long time. I still have my good days and bad. I still have my moments when I'm trying to resolve a lot of what I've been through over the last few years. I still have my moments when I cry myself to sleep, and I now do it because I feel like a lot of the crying I'm doing lately is the unexpressed grief that I never got to do. I felt like I held so much inside because I had to be a big girl, I had to be a mom, and I had to be, all these people and things. And now, when the tears come, I let them flow. And that's healing for me. I'm finding myself enjoying having these conversations with you guys through content. I'm finding that I'm appreciating the people in my life, the places that I've been able to go to, the faith that I'm really trying to get a hold of, my walk and faith with God. It's still an ongoing journey, but I feel good because I know that even if something bad comes along, it is part of life. It's part of character development. Moss, would you like to add? It's part of character development. We need to normalize character development, guys. Kila mtu atapitia character development. Is it going to grow you or is it going to stall you?
And it's not exclusive to relationships.
I love that you've said that. Thank you. Character development, friends, it's not exclusive to relationships. That's one of the biggest places we find it, but it's everything. When do you know it's time to pivot and move on to the next thing? I think it's similar to the question around your purpose. It's about the fire in your belly and how you want to kind of give it a chance. You want to give your purpose a chance to pour out of you. But I would also advise that you plan. Sometimes you can wake up and decide, I'm starting my purpose today. And if that works out for you, that's brilliant. But a lot of the time you need to plan. You need to plan maybe months in advance. That's what I did when I knew I needed to pivot. I made the decision 6 months before. I tried to look at my finances. I tried to look at my family situation. I tried to look at all the different factors that would be affected by me making that one move. But I still was reminding myself, remember, Janet, this is something that you really feel is important. There's somebody I know who always says there's a solution for everything. And I'm not trying to make it sound like everything is simple. I'm just simply trying to give you guys the permission to lean into what you really want to do. And without wanting to oversay this, it's about choosing your heart because everything will come with a compromise. But as long as you're doing it towards fulfilling your purpose and fulfilling something that you believe in, then choose the hard road to get to the place where you're fulfilled. Have you ever suffered from mental health issues, trauma, anxiety? How did you overcome? Help a sister. That is my second book, guys. Kuniuliza mambo ya anxiety and trauma, how much time do you have? I have, and I've talked about it many times. I've talked about dealing with my anxiety and my trauma and my healing journey many times. I've normalized this conversation across my platforms. I think we all now recognize that most of us, not some of us, most of us have dealt with anxiety and trauma, and a lot of us are still trying to navigate it. So how did I overcome it? For one, I had to accept that it's something that I dealt with. In the past, I've been very good at putting on a brave face. I started working very early in my life. First I was 19 and then I was 23. And so I spent a lot of my late teens and early 20s working with people who are older than me and who maybe had figured out life more, or maybe were also projecting. There was all this mix of emotions and ways that people dealt, and I just found myself adjusting to that. So in a sense, I was very hardened. I still maintained a softness in me, but if you needed something done, call me. I would do it and I would get it done. And then over time, I realized that there were so many things that I didn't deal with. And eventually, when life hit me hard, like when the character development came hard and fast, I had to accept that, Janet, you have unresolved trauma, even from childhood. So the first thing I did is I said, this is your situation and this is your truth. And it's okay. Number two, what are you going to do about it? So I started reading up on it. I feel like resources give you company. They keep you company knowing you're not alone. Then I started saying, what can you access? Can you access therapy? I could access therapy, so I started going to therapy. I began to say, I need to be honest with the people in my life, which is something I'm still struggling with, by the way. Moss, I don't know if you're like me in that sense. Like, even as I speak here, I still cannot completely come undone. I feel like there's still so much within me that because healing is long-term and there's a lot I'm trying to resolve within myself. And I still hang on to that 23, 24-year-old hard worker who needed to keep a brave face. And so I quickly rein it back in. And I kind of resolved to say, no, I'm good. I'm working on it. When I really want to say, guys, I'm dealing and I'm struggling. And I just want to cry my heart out because today I had a heavy wave of grief and anxiety and trauma. Today I thought about how 10 years ago I was in a different situation than I am now, and I cannot shake myself away from it. And I want to ramble and come undone, but I can't. I hold myself in.
It's because you're not used to your newer version.
Hey. I'm going to create a side segment called Therapy with Moss. I'm not used to this new version of myself. I still need to get comfortable with her enough that she also becomes the version that's able to come undone and open up. I feel like I've answered that question in many ways, and I will come back to some of these topics often. So there's a lot of questions around, sexuality, faith, healing, family, cheating, relationships. I got such a wide spectrum. I feel like maybe one fun thing will be to do, some of it I can do with more, some of it I can do with a friend. I don't know, I'll figure it out. I'll see if I can grab one of my people and say, let's answer these questions together. Because also I do not have all the answers. All I have is my lived experience. And I have a desire to share what I'm learning as I go along every day. And that's why I've been doing these videos. So I'm gonna leave it at that for now. You've not told me how I look, Moss. You've not told me that you like my hair, my top. This is Yvonne Afro Street. I've never worn it, courtesy of Babu. And I'm just enjoying. I look hot. Thank you. So we will come back to Ask Me Anything soon.